It is Sunday, April 7th. I am headed to the Dark Canyon Wilderness area with Joey Coconato from the YouTube channel MyOwnFrontier and a few other guys, and we're going out for a very ambitious 8-day, 7-night trip. This will be the longest trip I've ever done. This trip's gonna be a little different. We are gonna be backpacking through a canyon. I am carrying a pack raft with me, which will inflate when we get to the Colorado River, and then we will continue our trip floating down the river to a canyon for the night. So that's pretty fun. I do have that pack raft in the bottom of my pack. We are expecting temperatures in the 50s and 60s today. Gonna be really beautiful, but it's actually gonna drop 25 degrees or so, and we're expecting rain and snow for a Wednesday and possibly Friday, Saturday. So this should make for a very interesting trip. So as usual, I am driving on I-70 heading west. This will be my second backpacking trip of the year, and again, my longest trip I've ever done by 3 nights. This is a huge, huge trip. I am beyond excited. We've been planning this for 5-6 months. Well, the beast is loaded up. I think I'm running about 58 pounds. I wasn't gonna bring beer, and I decided at the last minute, why not? If the weight's too much, I can always just share the beers. I think I brought 4, and we can just drink them the first night. But as usual, I did bring the Bullet Rye whiskey. It's gonna be more necessary than ever with these long days we're doing. The Dark Canyon Wilderness is an absolute stunner. Some people say it looks kind of like the mini Grand Canyon, which I can agree on from the pictures I've seen. But beyond that, there's gonna be water, sheer cliff faces. We drop down a few thousand feet to the bottom of the actual canyon itself. There's pictographs down there. There's some old ruins down there as well, some granaries. So we'll see what it looks like, but we are taking a non-traditional route. Here we go, 2019, second trip, Dark Canyon Wilderness. I'm just about to Hite, Utah, right by Lake Powell here, and I'm gonna cross the bridge that goes over the Colorado River here. Just a couple minutes, but it is a beautiful morning. Blue skies. We got wildflowers all over the road here on the sides. Creeks are flowing that I've been driving by. There's even some waterfalls. I think we're in store for an awesome trip. All right, we are at the Sundance Trailhead, about to drop into Dark Canyon for an 8-day, 7-night adventure fest.
Good word for it.
A few guys starting already. There's 6 of us total. We have, I think, 3 or 4 cameras. We are loaded up, heavy packs. Going to be pack rafting, floating.
Full contact hiking. I think that's what's going to be going down.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's
do it, man.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Awesome.
All right. This is the trail down. Dark Canyon straight ahead of us, and we have to drop about 1,400 feet. So I'll be filming, but it's very steep. And I'm going to introduce all the guys and give you more information on the route once we get going here. So we are going down that big scree field to the left there. We're going to end up down Dark Canyon 1,400 feet later. The Henry Mountains over there. It is a beautiful day out here today. It's in the high 50s, sunny, got a little breeze, but tell me this doesn't look amazing out here. So our cars are actually right up there on that shelf. We walked all the way around.
Where'd you go? I was just like to the...
Down we go.
Yeah, this is it's a tough on the knees.
Pretty darn steep. Look at that angle. Give you an idea of proper feet placement coming down here. Kind of choose your own path. Giving you a look at this descent. pretty tricky, especially holding the camera. Get down on it. Get down on it, really want it. Get down. After doing this 5 times, he has mastered the craft.
No mastering it, you just go. Go the easiest way. Maybe there's not really an easy way.
We have pretty much made it to the bottom. Down the giant scree slope. We took a little break and are now on our way to the creek. That creek is running pretty nice.
Yeah, my heart rate's up.
Palisade Brewing, Woodcutter's Daughter. So we have found a spot that we're gonna call home for the night. Some flat spots down there by that log. And then along this creek, we got spots right here. So just hanging out for right now and enjoying this afternoon. Got a few more hours of sunlight, but it is beautiful in here. So we are here setting up camp. We made it a couple miles in from the slide. Aaron was nice enough to bring a box of red wine. I got about a ½ liter. How you liking this camp spot?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
We are
Paradise.
relaxing,
You chose
happy
your own
hour,
path.
tent set up.
Right.
John's cooking ahi, and he cracked some eggs in there. That's a backpacking meal right there.
Oh yeah. My name's Cody. I'm from Bozeman. I'm just down here joining everyone for a trip through the desert. It's not like a good time to come down and mess around the camp.
Yeah. Well, it's my first time hiking with you, and so far this first day has been awesome.
Yeah, definitely, man, for sure.
Who are you, sir?
John Morisano from Big Bear Lake, California. Here in Dark Canyon, enjoying a wonderful, terrific, spectacular night.
Oh, you're awesome. Did you see that catch?
That was a good catch.
Good catch. I had no idea how I did that. Hi, I'm Pete.
That's about it.
Shag Grills.
He's Pete, that's about it. We'll get more out of him later here.
I'm Shag Grills on the side.
So
So hoping that we can run out of water eventually when we get from the plateau, so I'll have an excuse to drink my own piss.
Share Grills must take the vitamins before they climb the glacier. Today when I got to the trailhead, there was only one other person in the group of 6 here. And Aaron was waiting at the trailhead and the 4 other guys were not here. So I'm gonna save Aaron the embarrassment, but how you doing on the spot?
It's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Got your shelter behind you, looking good.
Yeah.
Real minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Aaron was the only one at the trailhead when I got there. I told him 10 o'clock. I was there at 9:45, and we were waiting for the other guys. We hadn't heard back from them since 8:30 last night. We got to spend some extra time in the sun today. Get a little color on our necks. Oh, Joey was late.
Yeah.
Joey was late.
Late's an understatement.
Wait.
We took the wrong road.
Oh.
No, we took the right road.
We took the right road for sure. It's getting dark. Drinking a goodnight Imperial Red Ale from Oscar Blues Brewing. Delicious. Night one here in Dark Canyon. Just hanging out, just had dinner, enjoying the evening. 8 o'clock on the dot. Awesome group of guys so far, and we're gonna have a blast this trip. I will see you in the morning. Had a big day tomorrow and the first real official day in Dark Canyon here. So cheers. All right, started day 2, heading up Dark Canyon, going into Young's Canyon. The Hulk was just here. We might return. I don't know, I think we climbed up the cliff or something. We're rolling out. It's pretty chilly this morning with the wind. And
Good trip so far, man. Yeah. Looking forward to the day. Hearing good things.
let's roll. Saying goodbye to camp. I was down there, and we had the rest of the guys were all around here. Oh, I forgot to mention that Aaron left a little bit earlier than us. He wanted to get through some of the sunny stuff before it got too hot. So he's a ways ahead. We'll meet up with him later, but we're all gonna camp in the same place. Into the sun. What do you got for me, John?
I got nothing because there's no words right now.
The views are that good, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just shut up and walk, huh? Dark Canyon, day 2. We are on our way. We unfortunately had to leave behind our friend Cody. He had a meniscus problem, and he decided that continuing on for the next 5 days would be very difficult. He's staying back here in Dark Canyon, and we're gonna meet up with him when we complete the loop in a few days, hoping he stays safe, and he's gonna do some exploring, and we hope his knee gets better. Whew, that's quite a heavy one there.
It ain't white, that's for sure.
Crystal clear water. That was a perfect cool down. Pretty awesome when you're hiking in a desert canyon, and it's true we have water in the canyon flowing through the main, but I think this is from a spring, or obviously from above, because this water is very clean. I'm actually gonna get some and filter it. So after the 4-pass loop Maroon Bells trip I did last year, I said I was going to jump in any alpine lake I came to that was accessible and practical if we had time. So, taking advantage of it on this trip. Little wash off under a waterfall here, and on we go. Joey says it keeps getting better. Pete has decided to take the water route, and it looks pretty nice right about now. This canyon, you can kind of stay up top like John, walk through the water. There's kind of multiple routes. Just choose your way.
Couple small waterfalls in there.
Eddy Line Brewing Epic Day Double India Pale Ale is the beer to drink on this type of day. I mean, we are having one hell of an epic day, and this is one of my favorite beers. 10% double, stovepipe 16 ouncer. Pop-Tarts and IPAs. Want to try? It's actually cooler than, I don't know how it's cool to any degree because it's in my pouch. It's good. Really good.
That is an awesome one. Thanks, Mike. Good man. Good beer.
Double IPA. Colorado thing?
Eddie Line Brewing, they're out of Buena Vista. It's in like the heart, kind of the Rocky South area. They're a big whitewater rafting town, like the Animas, I think, river goes through there. Or maybe it's the Arkansas. The Arkansas, I think, actually.
Cool can.
Yeah. 10% double. Delicious, yeah. Joey said he's feeling good. All those sunflower seeds and craft beers in your system. Look at him, he's hyperventilating into a seed bag. This is not a terrible place to have lunch. We're gonna be moving on down the canyon to Young's Canyon, where we will be camping for the night. Pete maneuvering the creek. He's got those neoprenes. Just gonna go in the boots. First time I've ever done this. Gotta say, this is a mighty fine looking canyon. Beautiful creek flowing, blue skies, cottonwood trees. I love cottonwood trees. We've been camping on slick rock so far, but maybe we will camp in something a little more shady. So you were just standing at everybody's shots right now? What's going on? That's not cool. What happened?
No comment.
What? That is whack.
Standing out there and didn't realize everyone else was enjoying the same exact spot. Pretty spot, pretty canyon.
I'm just kidding, everybody. He wasn't being a jerk. He was admiring this beautiful place. Joey's not a jerk. People know that. Nobody's got to second guess that. We'll send it.
What's going on, John?
I'm going to join you. Wait! Not quite what I thought. Got a bighorn sheep up here. Joey and John spotted him. So out here in Dark Canyon, there's many layers of rock here. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. On a lot of the canyons we go to, I know that this layer is the Navajo sandstone, but the majority of the canyons we go to end about right there. So this one's a lot deeper than that. And this entire gray layer right here, I'm not sure if it's limestone. I'm gonna say it's limestone because there's sandstone nearby as well. And those are both sedimentary rock. This is what you kind of walk on. You just find your way through these shelves. You know, there's really steep stuff up there with boulder fall, and then you can just kind of walk along this broken shelf. And you do have to drop sometimes and cross. We are making our way east down Dark Canyon, and our goal tonight is to get to Young's Canyon. Looks like a crime scene. It's just rock. All that red is embedded in this rock though. It's really interesting. The man, the myth, the legend, Aaron is back.
Into the fire!
Down. Let's see what we got under here, huh? All right, it is night 2. We found camp for our second day here. We are right at the mouth of Young's Canyon. Great spot here by the creek, fresh water from a spring.
Is it cooked?
That's good. Chili flavored ramen going on.
Yeah.
Now we're adding potatoes.
Go out.
Get your flavor packet.
It's a lot less.
Oh, we're just going for it.
Yeah. It's supposed to last me though. It's supposed to be 9 meals.
Oh, I could.
You're allowed to.
Gravy mix in here.
I'm pretty sure the sign up there says
Right, so I didn't get the chance to show you what we did on the map for yesterday and today yet, and I'm going to give you a view of pretty much the overall route for the trip. So we started at the Sundance Trailhead up here and walked kind of along that cliff and descended that really steep scree slope that was pretty intense, 1,400 feet in a really short distance. And we got to the bottom of Dark Canyon there, and that's when the views on the way down were just phenomenal. Our original plan was to camp somewhere about here for the first night. We made it right around to about here though. Today we went all the way along here. It was really cool walking, beautiful cliffs and cutaways and ledges, and we made it right to here. Tomorrow's plan is to head up Young's Canyon all the way up and then get out on top of this plateau up here. From there we're going to drop into Fable down this drainage or this one and camp somewhere along in here. There's a Fable Springs right there. Here's a look at camp. Pete had his tent here last night. Aaron was right by the rocks there, and had our kitchen area here. Joey, John, and I were down there by that tripod and the packs. And this was an awesome camp spot. Have the creek flowing through. All right, here we go. Leaving camp. Day 3, Dark Canyon. We are heading up Young's Canyon over to Fable Valley for the night. Big day ahead of us. We're ready to go though. Good night's rest last night. How's that feel on the morning, huh? Yeah. Woo! There's Mr. Coconato scaling the slopes. We're going to be going up there. Pete is starting his ascent up this first hill. But our camp spot last night was right down there. And we knew we had to climb up this hill to start. But look at this. How about that? How's that climb, Pete?
That's good.
A little warm up?
Yeah.
Right?
Body.
Yeah.
Warm a little bit.
We are making our way up Young's Canyon. It's about 9 a.m. Stopped here for a water break. These rock colors are really cool. So there is water in here, not as much as Dark Canyon itself. Gonna get some water hopefully before we get up out of Young's Canyon on top of the plateau. Negotiating some waterfalls, rock falls. Kind of pick your path. John went up over this rock, but he ran into some tricky stuff, and you can go along the ledge, like Senor Joey's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, between the pinnacle and the canyon.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, it looks like an elusive Joey Coconato in his natural environment. Camera out. We were just down there helping each other lift packs up. Climbed up this scree slope. Quite a climb, Joey, huh?
Awesome.
We're all here taking a water break. We're going to be heading up this ridge behind us here, and it's going to be pretty hard to come by water for the next few miles. Joey, day 3, Dark Canyon Wilderness 2019. How are we feeling?
Doing great right now.
Yeah.
It's a great day. It's overcast, so it's not too hot. A lot of water here.
Heck yeah. We are hiking up. You can see way up there. So we're getting up on top of that red rock way up there. You can see Joey, John, and Aaron way up there. Very steep, loose rocks. Going up through that notch. Taking a quick breather on the way up out of Young's Canyon here. Real steep. Comparable to what's over here. How are we doing, John?
That's a climb right here, brother.
Woo!
Don't make a wrong step either.
It is steep climbing. All right, so last night we were down at the mouth of this canyon way down there. That's where we started today, and we worked our way up here through that riverbed and up this slope. How are we thinking the rest of the day is going to go from here to Fable?
Probably walking through terrain like this for a while. Mesa top. A lot of juniper trees, loose dirt. But we're going to try to cross the mesa top and intersect one of the roads and go into Fable Valley that way at the main trailhead.
We're going to Fable Valley that way. We had to kind of walk the opposite direction to reach this road that is going to lead us to quick walking. So off we go, road walking, looking pretty sweet compared to what we've had. We just went through this area where all these trees are just decimated for the last good 20 minutes walking towards this road. Joey mentioned something about some sort of machine coming in and doing something to control tree growth, not sure what. We've been walking up on this road for the last few hours. Got some blue skies, maybe we'll get a nice sunset in here. So this next day or two of the trip is going to be pretty much an unknown. Going down. So Fable ultimately feeds into Gypsum Canyon, which then will feed into the Colorado River. Down we go into Fable Valley. We are headed down. Wow, this big little rock right here too?
That big little rock?
Yeah. What a sight. Afternoon sun coming in. It's a pretty well kept secret. Let's restart the video, okay? This is Valley of the Lizard. And this place is hard to get to, so don't come here. So John, after all day, we get this view. What do you think?
Yeah, that view's awesome. I'm really excited to get down to Fable right now. By the looks of that thing.
Walking down. Can't tell me you've seen a much better view than this. A little more bushwhacking. So we're down at the bottom of Fable. Wait, what just happened right now, John?
I was just walking in, I saw this and it didn't look natural. And there's a Indian ruin right up here. I don't know if Mike showed you guys yet, but amazing.
Right up there is an Indian ruin. We've just got to camp. This is a good spot. Not the flattest place, but we're just checking this out. I just got back from getting water. I see ruins right up here. I'm gonna go take a look. I just climbed up to these ruins. These are amazing. Look at this. I was exploring near camp and I found these ruins overlooking the whole valley. How cool. cool is this? Oh my goodness.
Right here.
Right.
What does everybody think about that day?
Woo!
Good.
How about that?
Okay. Flying it up or what?
I might probably put it on. That forecast calls for something tonight, right?
That would suck to not have it on.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. I'll tell you that much. Sorry if I frightened you.
Alright, we're going to give you a look at the camp here real quick. It's getting dark. We're here in Fable Valley. Today was the biggest day of the trip so far. Quite a day indeed. So we are going to sleep like animals tonight. Alright, well, maybe get some food going. Show you that, but if not, see you in the morning. Alright, well, good morning. It is our 4th day here on our Dark Canyon Wilderness trip. We have a very interesting change in the conditions as of this morning. We heard there's going to possibly be rain or maybe even some snow showers. This is what's going on outside the tent.
Yeah, you got some?
It is just dumping snow though. This is a little bit different of a morning coffee shot than usual.
Look at the snowflake coming down now. I could see it hitting the fly.
This is mid-April out in the desert. And I got delicious coffee working, huddled up in the tent.
It's going to be on and off until we make camp tonight.
That's what we're thinking. A little bit of blue down there. From the way I saw weather, it kind of came in this way, so.
That's actually it.
So this is our spot for the morning, just hanging out here. Pete's doing some exploring up in the rocks up behind camp here, and we're just going to probably slowly be organizing and getting things packed as we go. Things are pretty wet. Awesome sleep last night. Temperatures dropped pretty quick. Layered up through the night. It was a chilly morning till I got up and made some coffee and oatmeal inside the tent. We'll see what time we actually get out here today. Our plan originally was to get into Gypsum Canyon. That was some of the unknown of the trip as far as the drop down into Gypsum, and with these conditions that might make it a little difficult. Just making our way down Fable Valley is the main goal tonight. I think it's about 6 or 7 miles to Gypsum, and we'll see what it looks like getting in there. Tomorrow we are hoping to float the river, see how the conditions change. We'll be dropping elevation, I think a couple thousand overall till we get to the river over the next day or two. This is quite an adventure. I've never backpacked anything like this, and the fact that yesterday afternoon at 6 p.m. we were walking in beautiful sunlight, hot, clear. Dropping into Fable yesterday was amazing. Snow's looking like it's picking back up a little bit. How are you liking this?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah?
Don't see this every day.
What are your expectations for the day as far as snow on the trail and temperature?
It's gonna suck. There's gonna be snow on the ground everywhere, slowly melting out, turning to mud, and I'm sure we'll have to cross the creek a few times and climb up and down. But hopefully we're gonna see a lot of ruins. And it's a beautiful, I mean, it's incredibly beautiful now with all this snow. I mean, this is gonna be a fantastic walk.
Heading out, day 4. Hoping the weather holds up. Ready to go.
Yeah.
Joey,
All good.
John,
I'm ready.
let's go.
I'm ready to see this valley in the snow.
Let's do it.
Just wanted to give you an idea of the area. We're camped about straight ahead right there. The ruins are straight ahead there. So those ruins are right there in the middle. Pretty awesome. Got another ruin up there. We're trying to think how to get up there, probably from the top and then skirt down that slab. Pretty awesome. Just rolling through Fable Valley here. We've gotten past the snow, which is nice. Quite a contrast to what looked like this morning here. So I wouldn't have thought that my first bear tracks while backpacking would be in Utah, but they look a couple days old. They do say there's some black bear in this valley.
We're going down Fable Valley.
Like, we'll see the entrance to the canyon before we get to the point where we need to worry about crossing, I think.
And we've got some snow flurries. I put my camera away and then instantly it stopped. I'm not going to really do that unless it really looks threatening. These side canyons get kind of cloudy and you can tell that flurry's about to come through and that happens. For you? No. No. So I've not filmed in a long time, but we made it down Fable Valley into Gypsum Canyon.
We followed Mike down in the Gypsum Canyon.
Came down quite a face here, but there were a couple of turns that guided us. It started dumping rain and borderline snow, sleet the whole way down. And we don't normally do the fire thing, but we got to dry out. We got to get warm tonight. It's found a nice place to have a fire and dinner, and we'll figure out where to set up tents later. Day 4 out here. It's been an awesome day. Right at the start of Gypsum Canyon. Tomorrow we're going down, and we'll hopefully see the Colorado River. Tomorrow we head down Gypsum Canyon to the Colorado River. So this is the end of day number 4. We'll see you in the morning. Well, that is looking down the ridge we came down yesterday. We were up by that top, and then transitioned over across, and then we ultimately came down behind this ridge. We were up top here and came down along there. You can see that red shelf, traversed down that kind of pour off, down, 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 and came out right there. And then we just dropped down below this slick rock here. So this is a look at our spot this morning. Plenty of water. We had a little bit of weather, so we decided to hunker down under this overhang a little bit. Morning, Pete.
Good morning, yo. What's up?
That's our camp setup. Breaking things down. It's about 9 o'clock. And we're gonna be heading down this drainage. There's a big pour off straight ahead of us down there. So we're thinking we're going to skirt up to the left there and then down, but ultimately we're going to end up at the Colorado River hopefully tonight. Just got to make it down Gypsum Canyon. Doesn't have too much beta on the route, so we're going to have to kind of find our way. And it is snowing a little bit here in the sun.
All the big clouds that were higher kind of disappeared.
All right, I wanted to give you a look at kind of what we did over the last 2 days. I don't think I showed you anything past our 3rd morning. Day 2, we came all the way down Dark Canyon and climbed out of Young's Canyon, kind of skirted this little mesa area to this road. Once we got to this road, we walked along it, pretty nice easy miles, until we got to this turnoff right here for the trailhead for Fable Valley. And that's where we dropped in and we found camp for night number 3, right about here in Fable Valley. There's an awesome ruin up here, a couple granaries, and just great views down this valley. We woke up yesterday morning to snow, probably about 3 inches of snow. So we took our time getting ready because of that, waited out the snow, hoping for it to melt. It was about noon when we left. We hiked down Fable Valley. It was on and off rain and snow pretty much this entire time. Until we got down towards the end here, it really tightened up. We ultimately reached a dry fall right here where we needed to determine how to get down into Gypsum Canyon right here. This is our route for today, Gypsum Canyon. It connects to the Colorado River, probably about right up here off the map. But right now we are right at the base here. Yesterday we followed this trail and actually skirted down this slope right here, which is very steep. It's that slope I just showed you this morning that we came down. Real intense. It is day 5 of our trip, and oh my god!
The snare!
So today we are basically just going from Gypsum Canyon right here. We're going to navigate a couple pour-offs here. There's not much beta as far as routes are concerned. We are going to head down here and hopefully end up at the river for the night. Yep, it's snowing.
That's full on snowflakes.
We're just about ready to head out here. Day 5 of our Dark Canyon Wilderness trip. We're heading down Gypsum Canyon. It's a big pour-offs. Hopefully make it to the Colorado River tonight. And then tomorrow we'll be floating. Better day. The contrast between yesterday and this morning. Beautiful. Ready to go. Aaron's already on his way, making trail, route finding for us, which has become a common theme, but we sure appreciate it. See what today has in store for us. We are in the heart of it. We are pretty much about as far as you can be from the trailhead as of now. A few more big days here. All right, day 5. Here we go, down Gypsum Canyon. We've reached our second significant drop off. There's a waterfall here to the right. We're dropping down right past Pete there, and we're gonna walk along this shelf that's kind of in the shade all the way along there. And behind that corner, we're guessing it's gonna drop down to that layer where that fall is. And we could kind of take that scree field down to the bottom and move on. Aaron is ahead and he's obviously made it down, so.
Well, maybe he fell and we just can't see his body.
Oh my God, dude, what?
Just saying.
What is wrong with you, man?
Can't make assumptions like that. Aaron! Can't hear him.
Oh God. There is a trail that is very faint. You can maybe see it. Here, if you look right there, yeah. Kind of along that shelf line in between the trees. And it just goes along all the way there. But these canyons are getting deeper. We got to drop down a couple thousand more feet, I'm guessing, till the bottom at the river. Colorado River. Going for the ledge walk. John put his camera away. I'm not going to. That kind of makes me nervous, but I'll put it away when I get to a spot that I think is unfit. So that's what we decided to go around. Some people can use technical gear and descend it, I'm sure. Making our way across this ledge, made it to that dry fall I mentioned. Seems like we're gonna come around this corner, go along that ledge right there, and possibly come down right there. Looks like we might just drop a pack. I'm not sure. Does look like about a 10-foot drop, but it almost looks like that's where people would go, and then down this slope and into the bottom. That's half the fun of these adventures, is the route finding. This is one of the parts of the trip that nobody's been here. Joey's unfamiliar with this section of the route, and so is Aaron. Aaron's footprints are ahead of us, and we know he made it down. It's awesome. That ledge looked very steep. It's actually a flat path cut on a slope. So it's like a slope and they've leveled it down. There is still some exposure. There's my feet and there's the drop down to the bottom. So probably 200, 300 foot drop. Oh, did this one next? Yeah, kind of grab, yeah, it's sharp, but that's a good hold. You just have to squat. We're doing it, guys. What you got?
This is smoked medium cheddar, man. Temperature cooled off, so I decided to crack it open for lunch because we got 4 more days left. And I think our hottest day is like in the 60s, so I think it'll last the rest of the trip. But I love cheese too, man. I try to wait till the end of the trip to crack it open because I know once it's open, it doesn't last long.
What else do you got down there? Some sort of meat?
I got some prosciutto. So yeah, it's really thin, but that actually will probably make me 3 sandwiches worth right there.
Nice.
And this, you know, in every meal basically.
Heck yeah.
And mustard packet. Oh yeah.
We just had lunch here in Gypsum Canyon. We think we're probably 3 miles in, hopefully. Got another 4 or 5 maybe. We'll see how far we get towards the Colorado River. We have reached another waterfall here. Pete was scouting a route. It did not go around and drop down, so we got to get down there. We are going up, and then behind that rock, and then you can see John right there. And then we're just gonna skirt and go down this hill. And it looks like we can get down right there at these rocks right down there and continue on. We have reached another pour off, and this one's pretty awesome. Really deep. We gotta find a way down. We're thinking it's actually up on top of this and over. So there's large canyons, there's even bigger canyons. And there's this place. So we have been walking along this shelf here. We're gonna turn the corner here. So I don't want to say that there's always fear involved in these trips. There is hesitation and pretty intense route finding. And this right now is one of those times. We just came to this corner. The boys are right over there. And I was expecting to look cliffed out. We were getting higher and higher. And then sure enough, this bench I'm standing on kind of drops in, and hopefully it'll have a slope we can take down to the bottom here eventually. Just look at this place. Unbelievable. Man, I tell you. Well, I just turned the corner here, and look at this. Wow. Down there is the Colorado River. I think we're gonna turn this corner and take this and drop down in there. This was the moment of truth, whether we were gonna get across this thing and down. And I think we're gonna make it. This is a face of relief. So excited to see that. I know that there's gonna be a way down. This was like the crux of the trip for me. We didn't know. Unfamiliars here. The valley just looks lush and fantastic. Drains all the way down to the river. So we're gonna go right on top of this dark layer right there that kind of slopes. We're gonna traverse over, and Aaron is right there. You see him? Just moving across right there. We wanted to get to the river, but this looks open and nice. There's water. Might just camp here and then walk to the river in the morning. Joey, what do you think about this?
Awesome. Looks like we're living in a painting right now. Woohoo!
Walking this ledge,
Take your time.
with a smile on my face and taking my time, because this is unbelievable. It is hands down an insanely strenuous activity, and unless you're down for 8+ hour days of thousands of ups and downs as far as elevation is concerned, you're not going to cut it here. In fact, I don't think we've had water for the last 2 hours on the shelf. So we are just on that corner. That's where we came across. And we're making our way here. And Aaron went down that leg. Making our way across the shelf. We started out straight ahead right there, and that's where we turned the corner. We are heading down. All the way down this hill. We walked along that shelf, and we're actually up at that point. That's where we came around. I'm almost to the river. Probably another 5 minutes. 200 feet down. All right, there's John up there. Yeah! Making his way down this leg here. Go down and drop down that. And look what I found again.
Hey.
Before anything else can be said, just words for that.
Intense. I think definitely in the top 3 sketchiest hiking things I've ever done. Hands down, no question. Might even be number 1, but it's in the top 3 for sure.
Yeah. Yep. That ledge was crazy. Made it down off the shelf into lower Gypsum Canyon. Gonna go find a spot to camp. Tomorrow we float the river. What a day. That shelf walk was the most intense hiking experience I've ever had, for sure. Last 2 or 3 hours. That exposure was awesome. You knew you could hike the trail, but just, it was something else. I'll never forget it. We found what we are calling home. It's awesome grassy meadow here, flats, sand, plenty of room for everybody. Spread out, there's sand down here, kind of some rocks, kitchen area. These are the views. That's looking down the way we came. Some sun on these cliffs here. And I'm gonna show you, we're going down Gypsum tomorrow, and we're gonna be floating.
Unbelievable scenery.
Which way are you putting yours?
I'm gonna be facing. I like to have my door open to the east, so I'm gonna be facing to the south, sleeping.
Okay, so so you'll go like okay.
Down to like three ounces now. Micro big tonight.
Might just chug it before we get on the river in the morning. Cheers to that.
Oh yeah, my bag.
Tiger ones are
Hyper light.
So I wanted to show you where we went today. We started here at Gypsum Canyon, right here at this waterfall, and we made our way down Gypsum. It was absolutely beautiful. Some of the toughest walking I've ever seen in my entire life. Walking through washes and then going on shelves. In fact, this area right here is that super narrow stretch you saw with that shelf walk. We had to skirt around the shelf, and then we got clear views down to the Colorado River. Absolutely beautiful. It was really, really windy. A really cool hike. I gotta say, today's hike was probably the highlight so far of this trip, walking on those ridges. Awesome. We're camped about right here in this valley. Beautiful stuff. Tomorrow we're gonna go down to the river here. You can't see. Goes about right here, and it's gonna float down, go back up, and then down to Bodie. It's getting dark real quick. Just had dinner, and I'm gonna call it a night here. Tomorrow we are floating the river. We're gonna hopefully end up in Bodie Canyon. New to me. I've never done that before. I tried out the pack at home, blew it up. Seemed like everything works. All right, it is just past 8 o'clock on Friday here. We are in Gypsum Canyon. Got another couple miles down to the river where we will blow up our packs and float it today. I woke up this morning, made breakfast and coffee in the tent. Just waiting for that sun to come down over this ridge here. It is supposed to be in the high 50s, and if we have direct sun on us, that'll be really nice.
Game day.
Game day.
That's what it's all about right here. Not every day you get to jump on the Colorado River and float for 6 miles, so great weather, warming up, good times.
Day 6.
Day 6, here we go.
Hey Pete, you ready for that river?
Oh yeah, baby.
Gonna be heading that way and floating down to Bodie Canyon.
Hopefully it all works out. Aaron's going down on a pineapple tube.
He really is going on a store-bought pineapple tube. Walking through the bottom part of Gypsum Canyon here. That red wall right there is the Colorado River, so we just need to get to the base of that. Getting very excited, a little nervous for this float. We have reached the Colorado River. Quite a view. We are bushwhacking through to the beach where we're going to put the rafts in. All right, this is going to be awesome. All right, so the raft is blown up. I'm gonna put that pack in it and see how it goes. Aaron already got in, and we're gonna get in just a minute here. This guy's pineapple raft pack, sleeping bag, homemade paddle. John's ready to go. And Pete. Here we are. We are on the river, floating. I got my pack right here, legs up. Everything's holding up so far. It's pretty awesome. Howdy there. Well, this is raft life. Colorado River raft life. Hesitations of this trip. We're bringing this pack raft that sat on the bottom of my pack the entire trip up until now. And it weighs about pretty much 3 pounds, so it's not terribly bad. Figuring out how to put everything in here was a challenge, and strategize weight and whatnot. Looks like so far so good. Smooth sailing, beautiful skies. The other guys are down there. John and Pete right there. Got all my stuff, waters, hanging out. Gear, had some snacks in my pack. Cruising down. We're gonna go down here to the right and then turn the bend, and then make a left, and eventually we will be getting out at Bodie Canyon. It's about a 6-mile float, and I think we're about 1.5 miles in. Hey dude.
What's up, dude?
What's up, Joey?
How's it going?
Good, man. What are we doing?
Floating on the Colorado River right now.
Yeah, we are.
Tough work, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like it.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be the hardest day of the trip.
It looks like this is tougher than the ridge walk yesterday, as well as day 2 and 3.
I think this is just the easiest method of travel.
Yeah. Pineapple Express down here. Look at this day. So, obviously, if you've been watching these videos, then you know that we had quite a difference in weather, and it was snowing just a couple days ago. Now we are floating the Colorado River on a warm, sunny, blue day. John, how'd you like that river float?
Loved it.
Yeah.
It's definitely the highlight.
Sorry.
One of them.
Joey, how'd you like it?
That was really nice. It was like that was like riding the lazy river at a water park.
We made it down the float to Bodie Canyon. Everybody's packing up, rolling up the rafts, going up canyon. Everything went well. See how far we make it up Bodie? There's a dry fall we got to overpass. And we'll find camp, warm up. Aaron is already in the lead, route finding for us as usual. We are in Bodie Canyon. Just walking in. Wow, this place looks like a meadow. Holy moly. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
It's beautiful. We are looking for a route up Bodie Canyon. We tried to go up some ledges and that didn't work, so we're seeing if this does. Plan B is to float down the river again tomorrow to Dark Canyon. Alright, you like this? View of the river.
Right?
Alright, it is 6:45 here on our 6th day of the trip. We are here in Bodie Canyon and we decided to set up camp. We had some difficulty finding the trail. We're just running short on time. Tomorrow would be a really huge day. We are going to pick up where we were and float the river again tomorrow. There's 7 or 8 miles to Dark Canyon and we're going to head up that and camp for the night. And then the last day, Sunday, we hike out to burgers and fries. All right, so we made it down to Bodie Canyon about right here. Our plan was to originally head up Bodie up onto this flat top area and head eventually down to the trailhead. We were unable to do that. We actually got stuck at a dry fall here and realized that, you know, we might be running out of time. Instead of going up Bodie, tomorrow we are going to float again this stretch of the river. We do not know the status of the river. We've heard there's no rapids between this point. Some rafters today told us that, but we need to chance it to get down to Dark Canyon to make our way out for the final day. We made the best of the situation. Sometimes trips just, you know, things happen and you gotta reroute. We're still making a huge loop with Dark Canyon and nothing wrong with going on the river again tomorrow. It's gonna be a blast, so we had a lot of fun today. All right, it is morning of our 7th day here. We are getting back on the Colorado River, going down to Dark Canyon, and we're gonna have one more night in there. Gonna get down to the river, blow up the packs, and get going.
Another 7 miles down the river.
We are back to our spot from yesterday. Let's get the raft out.
Think about that. We can do it down by Dark Canyon.
Got to assemble my paddle. It's from my $15 Walmart pool raft collection.
And then my other buddy, he sent me a message too. He said, I said, any tips? He said, bring more booze than you think you're going to need. And then he said, after that, go buy a bottle of whiskey from the store.
We're back floating the Colorado River. Not a bad way to spend a morning though. We didn't know if this stretch had any rapids or anything. We were told by some boaters yesterday that there were no rapids. Beautiful weather. Gonna camp somewhere in Dark Canyon, hopefully right at the bottom of the climb out. Taking a peanut butter break here on the beach, Colorado River. Well, we made it to Dark Canyon. We pulled in. We're at this little cove, little waterfall area. Everybody's getting in and settled up. The Climate light water dinghy worked perfect. We took it to Colorado River, about 13 miles combined between the last 2 days. Joey's coming in. Floating in from the Colorado River, pulling into Dark Canyon here. We're just starting up the north end of Dark Canyon. Pretty lush up here right now. This is awesome. Joey and John sliding on down.
How you do that?
Is that how you do it?
I do that.
That's how you do it. Anybody looking for instructions on how to do that,
That's how you do it right there.
you come to this guy right there.
What's gonna save him here is those Michael Jackson gloves he's got on.
See
that?
We're making our way up Dark Canyon, walking through this pool right here and climbing up these rock faces. This place is beautiful, these rock layers. We are, after all, completing the loop, and this looks very similar to the beginning of the trip. The first 2 days were very much like this. Water, this cool rock layer. It's very easy to walk on and move around. It's a lot of fun. Caught this afternoon light on this giant wall. Massive. We're going to be climbing out to something about that high tomorrow. It's awesome layers. What is that? Is that the chili dance?
It's the chili dance.
Yeah. Looks like it's working.
A little bit.
Just made it up that? Oh yeah! Look at this, it's about 5:30. Making our way towards camp. So we are now leaving the river basin, making some switchbacks up. Getting up on this ridge. We're gonna take that over. Whew! In under 5 minutes we're already up to this bench. Making our way along the shelf. That wall is Colorado River, where we started this morning.
The spiky one?
Yeah, like 15 stars. You're walking up to the main Dark Canyon fork. That's the valley we started out in. Gonna be looking for a camp spot now. All right, we have found a place to call camp for the 7th and final night of our trip. Awesome day today. Floated down from Bodie to Dark Canyon. Hiked up Dark Canyon to here, and we are roughly half mile or so over to the trailhead out. All right, camp is up for night number 7. So, it's our spot. Got the sunset hitting the walls here. It's beautiful. Nice temperature, no wind right now. I'm just gonna hang out and have dinner and enjoy this last night here. It's been a fantastic trip, unforgettable. Some of these things we've done were both challenging and something I'll always remember. All right, it's getting dark here on our 7th night in Dark Canyon. Have to hike up tomorrow and then the trip will be over. We'll have a good night's rest out here. We have great, beautiful, clear skies. Hopefully get some stars going, and we'll see you in the morning. Good night. All right, good morning. It is the 8th and final day of the trip here in Dark Canyon. We're just waking up, taking a look. Another beautiful day out here. Blue skies, beautiful. So that is looking roughly north down Dark Canyon where we came from yesterday from the Colorado River. This is our camp right here. Some nice cottonwoods. The creek's running right straight ahead of you here at the base of these shelves. River curves around Dark Canyon and makes its way down to the Colorado. That's the way we'll be hiking out, and that ridge actually up there is where the cars are. The cars are parked on top of that. We just need to climb up that big slope again and hike out. Just can't get over how beautiful of a morning it is down here. A light breeze, blue skies, some patchy clouds, but
You guys need to use this water bag? Tweed?
I'm okay, thank you though. This is our camp down here. It's right here. Yeah. Pete was right there to the left, and Joey and John were straight ahead. Cool little curve in the river here.
This
All right, so here we are. It's our final day. Made it into Dark Canyon yesterday and hiked along. We floated the whole river. It's a beautiful flow. Hiked up Dark Canyon, and we're actually right about here right now. Camped just shy of the trailhead. Today we're just going to be climbing the 1,400 foot out and back to the trailhead and then home. This trip has been awesome. I've loved every second of it. The variety, everything.
Dark Canyon is beautiful. What a beautiful canyon. Just the walls. Just the walls and the formations in the walls. Right?
Get over here,
and then
Pete.
the running water and all the ledges and the little beaches here. The beach sand with all the cottonwoods. The way the wind kind of just blows through. That's what it's all about. If you like canyon country, I would say.
Yeah.
The whole trip is all what it's all about. Not a whole lot of desert in there.
I'd say the two main things for me was I was thrown off by the paradise oasis stuff that's down in these canyons with all the water running, the lushness, and just the constant changing adventure from day to day. Constant. There was always a new challenge and a new adventure every single day.
Like anyone who says the desert's boring just isn't looking hard enough.
They don't look in the right places.
Because it is awesome. Like sandy beaches with trees, water running next door, canyons everywhere. Yeah, hiking through the narrows and slick rock. There's just so much variety. Like there's just.
How about the waterfalls? Like to the point that you see like a dramatic waterfall and you don't even stop to take a picture.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work.
What about you, man?
Yeah,
What are you taking away?
You guys summed it up. This is a very unique place. You couldn't put together a trip that has this much diversity if you want to do 7 days. There's no way. We really did go up and down and all the way around. We made like a perfect loop. Actually,
We did.
Yeah.
I pointed that out to Joey the other night. It's like it made a perfect, almost a perfect circle. The way we decided to do it instead of go up Bodie. So
It's like the closure of the trip.
it's it.
That was like a full contact hiking trip.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you
you
know, it
used
had-
every part of your body. You got hit everywhere. You had contact at every part of your body. You
Every
had
level.
some sort of contact
Every
with
level.
the landscape.
I mean, we had full-on desert. We had full-on cliffs. We had river bottoms. We had pine tree forests.
Bushwhack.
Yeah.
We had bushwhack.
Quicksand.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
quicksand.
I was stuck in quicksand. I've never been stuck. That was the most serious
Yes.
quicksand I've ever experienced. I
Yeah.
never really cared about quicksand. I've been in it a bunch, but it's never that bad. But that time I was like down to here, I think.
Yeah,
And I was just like, I kept sinking down farther, and I was like,
Hopefully Cody's there.
Yeah.
Great trip, guys, man. It was
yeah.
a pleasure.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So we were just leaving camp. We were just down here on that corner there. And this is one of the spots we saw. It was taken by a couple, but there's a lot of room here. It is still in the shade at almost 10 o'clock in the morning, which is, I prefer sunny spots. But it's beautiful right by the creek. We are making our way back up the drainage to the climb out. That slope right there is what we're climbing out. Then we kind of wrap our way around and back up on top of this guy. We are at the base of the rock fall. We're going up. I'm bringing my camera. See how much I video, but I'll show you the misery personally. Climbing out a dark canyon. So this climb is definitely not any easier going up. So I'll give you a look at how steep this is. See, that's dark canyon. That's the slope. And we're going up there. Real steep grade. You got John and Joey. Joey's in front there. John is way down there. Alright, we're at the top of the climb down. Excuse the wind. That's what came up. Woo! Yep. Looking into Dark Canyon where we were back up and got our first view of the Henrys since last week. Still snowy. All right,
I saw those.
final stretch. We did it. What a trip. Fantastic. Coming out. There's the mountain here. We have successfully made it to the Sundance Trailhead. All four of us are out.
Eating food with saturated fat.
Yeah. We started with 6 people. We lost one on the second day and the other one hiked out early. So we're gonna go grab some food here, but amazing trip again. We kind of all reflected on what we liked and what were the highlights, but good group of guys. I'd hike with them again in a heartbeat here. Nice, I had never met any of them before.
Yep.
And it was cool to just spend a week with these guys.
You met me before.
Well, other than you. I knew Joey. I didn't know these guys.
Before.
Yeah, we did.
Had obstacles, route finding, bushwhacking, just all kinds of stuff. It was like one giant board game.
Yeah.
Called the Dark Canyon Wilderness area. There's so many names out here for where we're at. I don't even know what you call this place, but
I think that's right. Dark Canyon Wilderness.
It is amazing though. No, this area is not like, I mean, if you've never seen, if you think the southwest desert in Utah is just some flat, barren land,
yeah. How much?
you are completely 100% wrong.
Had rain. It's been a very wet spring anyways, or wet winter. That's why there's been so much water. It was a great time. And perfect days to float the river. That's what I want to come back and do, is float the river.
That was
Gypsum
definitely
Canyon is definitely...
Yep.
Here, John, what's the first word that comes to your mind when I say Gypsum Canyon? First word.
Sketch. That cliff man walking when you're 1,000 feet up, man, and you're walking on sometimes a 20-foot band of soil that's on a 45-degree slope, and that's it. There's cliff above you and cliff below you, and you're 1,000 feet up on that. What is that, you know?
There's a lot of opportunities to dive.
Yeah. I like that half that canyon was like, half was in the shadows, and then we just hairpinned that corner, and it just lit up, and we got blasted with like clear view for the next, 4 miles.
All the way down, yeah. It was like,
The canyon was 2 different canyons entirely. Like it changed instantly after we hit that corner. Yeah. All right. Well, great trip. Longest trip of my life. And biggest adventure for sure. It was a pleasure meeting you. Yeah. Heck yeah, guys. Yeah. Give you something. Yeah. Oh yeah. Give me that sheet. Oh, you went for the turkey bird. Power United. Okay. Remember Captain Planet? Man. Good stuff.
yeah, what the hell, man? These are,
Yeah.
I think we need to get into town.
I'm gonna look at these. I'm gonna
Somewhere in
find
here.
these in the future.
All right.
We got 2.5 hours.